When God said in Genesis 2:24, "For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and the two, the husband and wife, shall be united. The two shall become one flesh." When he says that, when God says that about the two becoming one flesh and being united, it is the Hebrew word dabach. Dabach is where you get the root word for glue in the Hebrew language. What God is saying is that through a physical union, there becomes a spiritual soul connection. It is not purely physical. It is also a soulish connection. And this is the important thing to realize about sexual experiences, because some people who think it doesn't really matter and I can just, fool around and it's okay. What you end up doing is making a spiritual connection with every person you sleep with. And what happens is, I can't tell you the number of people over years and years of ministry that I've spoken with, and so have no doubt all the other pastors too, along these lines, where people wonder why their heart still longs for someone that they had an affair with, or some college sweetheart that they had a relationship with years ago, and why they can't seem to connect with their spouse now. You know why? Because you gave away a little bit of your soul to the other people that you've been sleeping with. That's the way God originally intended for sex to be. See, He intended it to be a glue for the marriage, that it was not just a sexual union, but it became a soulish tie where two people became one in a spiritual sense. That there's a mystery to the sexual experience where it is not exclusively physical, but it was also intended to be this spiritual connection. So here's what I tell people who have ended up giving away a little bit of their spirit to every person that they've slept with, and they have these spiritual connections along the way. If you've had multiple partners over your lifetime, pray and ask the Lord to break the bond of spiritual union that was never intended to be created with other people other than the person that you marry. And ask God to break that spiritual union.